Hello and good evening. This is your favorite news station, K-Web, where the news web is yours to crawl all over. Or something like that.
Dan, I don't think that's our slogan.
No, I don't think it is it? What is our slogan? I seem to have forgotten it.
I didn't know we had one. Maybe it's K-Web, where all the news is connected in one big sticky web.
Sticky, Sheryl? Does anyone want to think of news as sticky anything?
Sure, people love sticky things. Like candy, Dan. Who doesn't like candy? It's sticky.
Maybe we should say K-Web, where the news is like candy.
We could say that, Dan, but then it doesn't even make sense. Maybe we should table the idea, talk to our producers about it, and maybe tonight just stick to the news. Because the news today has been pretty remarkable, especially with all the magic letter substitution going on in our city.
That's right, Sheryl. I don't know if we're going to call it substitution, though. Personally, I'm kind of leaning toward calling it the switcho-changeo. Has a good ring to it, I think.
Well, regardless of what we call it, let's tell our viewers what has been going on, unbelievably. Some of our viewers are no doubt big fans of Eastgate Mall. Still a favorite place for teenagers to hang out, even though many people are buying things online. Well, it turns out some kind of magic H has come along, and I have to admit, Dan, that I have never heard of any magic letters before, but this magic H came along and turned the mall into a hall. Just like that. Mall Hall. So now it's all empty inside and has become a really good place to hold dances or concerts. Old people are flocking there for bingo night, and a jazzercise instructor has rented it out on Tuesdays for, well, her exercise classes. Pretty amazing transformation, even though the teenagers don't seem too happy about it. They have, apparently, when asked, shrugged their shoulders about the whole ordeal.
That's right, Sheryl, and there's more. These magic letters are showing up all over the place. You know, the car wash, the place you take your dirty car and have it washed. You drive away with a sparkling clean Buick or whatever kind of car you drive, and you're all happy. Well, a magic M came along and changed the wash by replacing the W with the M into what is now a mash. Who ever heard of a car mash? All I know is you're no longer happy when you drive away, if you can even drive your car anymore once it's been mashed. A lot of unhappy car owners have complained.
That's right, Dan. We do not advise taking your car to the mash on 5th and Executive. Not anymore.
Oh, this just in. The Nun Range over by the Imptanum River has apparently been struck by a magic F. You know, the Nun Range where the nuns, they run around and they throw their rosaries and, Hail Marys and stuff. They need a lot of room. They're tumbling and, well, the magic F is there, and so it's no longer a place for the nuns. It has turned into a fun range. It's turned into a fun range. That's right. The F replaced the N in nun, and now people just go there for fun. The nuns don't have anywhere to go for that sort of stuff. Now they have clowns that you throw water balloons at, and if you want to jump from trampoline to trampoline, they have those. They play the best music, they have great snacks, and the games are why people love going there. Flag football, foursquare, dodgeball, they have it all, Sheryl. The only kind of praying that goes on really involves, I hope I win this game, now that the nuns are gone. The owners are apparently rolling with it, though, and revenues are way up.
Scientists believe these magic letters have blown onto our cozy little planet from outer space. We just passed through a field of meteors. Anyway, they think the magic letters were hiding up there amongst the space debris. Hey, Dan, you know that radio tower out past the Nun Range?
Oh, you mean the fun range?
Oh, yeah. Well, a magic L apparently settled over the last letter in tower. And now it's a towel. It's a giant towel, Dan. A huge beach towel. Very nice, very soft. But it's no longer a tower. So whatever signals they were getting there, maybe it was a radio station or TV, not sure. Not getting all the details at this moment, but now it's just a very giant towel. The owner says if it stays a towel, she's going to just give it to the fire department, because after putting out a fire with all that water, she figures the towel can sop up the mess pretty quickly. That's very nice of her.
It sure is, Sheryl, which reminds me to ask everyone to keep calm. If we can roll with these punches from this outer space debris stuff, perhaps, then we can just keep on keeping on and make the best of it. But some stories are harder to handle than others, Sheryl, like the dairy. Oh, I hate to say it, to think of all that milk we won't be drinking, but the D in dairy has been replaced by a large H, making it nothing but hairy. And that, Sheryl, is kind of scary. I mean, what can you do with a hairy? I didn't even know there was such a thing, or if there even is or can be such a thing. I'm confused, Sheryl, because I thought the word hairy described certain people or animals, but couldn't just be something on its own. It's one of those adjectives, not a noun. Maybe a hairy is some kind of animal. Still, scary.
That's right, Dan. We have no idea what to do about the hairy. Oh, just in. The Pottery Barn on Main and Haxton had a magic D land over the B in barn, and now it's a pottery darn. If you don't know what that means, we have word that all the pottery inside, once beautiful and all in one piece, does not hold together once picked up, making everyone who tries to do so say, darn. It's a real tragedy, Dan.
Sure sounds like one, Sheryl. The stories are just piling up. You know the general store near the end of Telegraph?
Yes, I love that place. Or I loved it. Why? What happened?
The E is gone. You know the one at the end of store that doesn't really have a sound?
Yeah?
Well, it's been replaced by a magic M.
Another magic M?
Yes, and this one isn't good. It's turned the place from a store into a storm. A storm, Sheryl. If you go there, bring an umbrella at least if you don't want to get drenched. Actually, I'm getting word that umbrellas are no good. The winds there are raging and will turn an umbrella inside out in a mere matter of seconds. We'll consider this an ongoing story and keep people posted for updates. Sounds pretty serious.
Dan, I am sitting here behind this news desk and I'm wondering why exactly.
Yes, I am now sitting here too, Sheryl. Right now, I'm feeling a little bit hungry, which is not unusual, except normally I have news to talk about, so I don't think about it until we take our break. But right now, all I can think about is sitting here in front of the cameras. I'm not getting anything from the feed. What do you suppose is happening to us?
I am now receiving an explanation, Dan. Apparently, our studio has been struck by a magic letter too, Dan.
Oh no! What does that mean for us right now?
Well, it's an attack by a magic O, but it's not affecting the first or last letter in the word news, Dan.
Well, that's a relief. But why am I not getting news? What am I doing? Sitting here, by the way.
Well, get this. The E in news, you know, the news, which is spelled N-E-W-S, has been replaced by an O, which reads N-O-W-S, which spells nows, nows. So all we are able to talk about are nows, which must mean whatever is happening to us right now. This is quite strange.
Yes, it is, Sheryl. I am now done being a news reporter, aren't I?
Apparently, I now am too. Hey, you want to take an early lunch?
Like, right now?
I don't know when else anyone would want to eat lunch.
Me neither. Let's go. I love lunch.
Yeah. Let's go now.